Magnetic therapy is an alternative medicine practice involving the use of static or permanent magnetic fields. Practitioners claim that subjecting certain parts of the body to magnetic fields produced by magnets has beneficial health effects. The practice of magnetic therapy involves the placement of permanent magnets on the body for extended periods of time. This is done through the use of products such as magnetic bracelets and jewelry, shoe inserts, mattresses, magnetic blankets, magnetic creams, and magnetized water. Application of the magnets is usually performed by the patient.
Magnetic therapy can be used on animals and humans in a very similar way. They cure many of the same diseases such as arthritis, spinal problems, kidney failure, heart conditions, immune disorders, joint problems, and worms. Treatments of dogs, cats, and horses are much faster than humans because of their circulation. Magnets are usually placed in dogs' and cats' collars because it's located near the carotid artery, which helps circulate blood to tissues and organs quicker. It also helps reduce inflammation and will encourage new cell growth. Magnetic therapy has been proven to relieve aching joints, muscles, and tiredness. It's usually mostly used on animals if they are injured. Magnetic therapy can be used on plants as well. It helps them sprout faster and develop deeper roots compared to the uninfluenced ones. It also increases their growth rate by 20 to 40%. Plants will be more immune to diseases and pesticides. Plants treated with the South Pole showed higher values of sugars, oils, and proteins.
For the history of magnetic therapy, the Greeks used it for arthritis and then later on for poisoning, balding, and gout. And it's most commonly used for pain relief nowadays, and that's what it was used for back then. The Egyptians used to kind of like charge cotton cloths with what they called the life of Pa, which was usually just an electric field that they got by rubbing it against something, and that was believed to increase the healing process for, muscle aches and stuff. And Cleopatra used to wear a magnetic amulet on her forehead while she slept, and that was believed to rejuvenate her youthful looks. It was later on proven that the area which she placed the amulet was right above the pineal gland, which is incredibly sensitive to magnetic fields. And the pineal gland releases melatonin while you sleep, and that's believed to kind of aid in, and with the magnet was believed that it would aid in like cell rejuvenation and lead to a more refreshing sleep. In China, during the reign of Emperor Hongti, the Yellow Emperor's classic of internal medicine was created, and this is considered the basis of all traditional medicine, and it prescribes balancing magnets on particular areas of the body to correct yin and yang imbalances. In the Hindu culture, there are scriptures dating back to 1500 BC that mention the treatment of diseases such as asthma with instruments that were believed to be made of magnetic properties. Also, in ancient tradition, where the dying were placed with their head facing north so that to create a magnetic bond between earth and body, and today many people still sleep in that way. Franz Anton Mesmer received a doctorate on the effects of gravity on health, and in 1775 he published a treatise on the effect of magnets on medicine and their properties, and he believed that the body has an electric field that can be disrupted with disease, and he believed that by using an external electric field or magnetic field you could correct the disruption. Swiss alchemist and physician Paracelsus believed that he could use magnets to treat epilepsy, diarrhea, and hemorrhaging, and what he recommended doing was grinding up a lodestone to do so, or to collect dew from during a full moon, because during that point the dew did have more positively charged ions.
Biomagnet power is measured in Gauss. Gauss is defined as the line of force per unit area of a pole. There are many different strengths of Gauss. There's the low Gauss, which is between 300 and 700 Gauss, medium Gauss, which is between 1,000 and 2,500 Gauss, the high Gauss, which is between 3,000 and 6,000 Gauss, and the super Gauss, which is between 7,000 and 12,000 Gauss. Earth's surface is approximately 0.5 Gauss. The strength of the magnet in Gauss is dependent on the size, shape, polarity, and grade of the magnetic material. The amount of magnetic strength that is transmitted to the skin decreases rapidly as the distance between the magnet and the person increases, or as the amount of wrapping around the injury increases.
Benefits include reducing pain, relieving stress, fighting infections, treats headaches, menstrual pains, increased circulations which prevents stroke, cardiovascular blockages, hemorrhoids, regeneration and activation of the cells. Also, it can remove toxins and waste products, reduce inflammation, relaxed muscles, nerve pains, back pains, muscle pains including tennis elbows and frozen shoulders. It helps people that are depressed, have migraines, and have insomnia. Side effects can occur when the magnetic therapy is not used properly or done in some way of harm. If you use too strong of a magnet, it can cause more tension, more stress, and more pain in your body. It can also stop the circulation or decrease the circulation, which will not help. Magnetic therapy should not be used on patients which are pregnant, have a history of epilepsy, using blood-thinning medications, or if internal bleeding exists. Also, if you're hemophiliac, you should definitely not use it. Also, patients with pacemakers should not be using this because it can dislodge the implants. It is also not suitable for children and infants.
There are many different theories throughout the world as to whether North Pole and the South Pole have different effects on the healing of the body. For example, many people say that the North Pole has effects of sedating and cooling, involving such things as lower back pain, arthritis, inflammation, acute headaches, and sharp pain, whereas other people believe that the South Pole has the effect of stimulating and healing. They believe that it cures tingling, numbness, weak muscles, paralysis, and scars.
Magnetic therapy is considered pseudoscientific due to the lack of any physical and biological proof. It's very implausible that there is any effect on it, and also there is nothing that has been demonstrated or clinically proven. Hemoglobin is diamagnetic and it is repulsed by magnetic fields. However, the magnets used in magnetic therapy are far too weak for it to have any effect on blood flow. Things such as longevity and cancer treatment are implausible and not unsupported by research, while as pain relief and more mundane health claims also lack any clinical proof, and the clinical research is not promising. In 2008, a systematic review of magnetic therapy found that with the possible exception of osteoarthritis, there is no effect on pain relief.
In 2004, a study was published in the British Medical Journal involving the use of therapeutic magnets in magnetic therapy for the treatment of people who had osteoarthritis of the hip or knee. 194 men or women were studied between the ages of 45 and 80. The people in the study underwent 12 weeks of treatment wearing a magnetic bracelet. As you can see, the effects of the magnets had varying effects on the people in the study groups. The strong magnet group underwent the largest result in walking on a flat surface with a percentage of 34%. The strong magnet group also underwent the largest best result in walking up or down the stairs with 29%. Sitting or lying down was measured once again by the strong magnet group with a percentage of 37 in comparison to the placebo group, which had 25%, and the weak magnet group, which had 34%. The highest level of improvement was done once again by the strong magnet group with a percentage of 20% improvement, and moderate improvement was shown by 42% actually in the weak magnet group versus the strong magnet group. The strong magnet group only had 37% improvement.
Marketing of any therapy as effective treatment for any condition is restricted by law in many jurisdictions unless such claims are scientifically proven. For example, in the U.S. Food and Drug Administration regulations prohibits the marketing of any magnetic therapy products using medical claims.
To find out where to buy therapeutic magnets, what strength you need, and how best to use them, your best bet is to consult a physical therapist who is well versed in the use of magnetic therapy as treatment.